Ndewono, ọkwa dịka ihe anyị Chukwu na-ekwu again. You see, I've come to touch on realities and issues that really concerns us. The truth has been covered for a very long time. We blame the white man for lying to us. We also accuse him of trying to frustrate us, which is true. But the truth is still not open yet, because we are no longer being tackled directly by the white man, but he has agents. And who are these agents? Our so-called spiritual fathers, our so-called political fathers, our so-called economic fathers, teachers who are supposed to be teaching us, are those who are now the white man is using as agents to oppress us. You may say, what am I saying? These are the same people that gives you the impression that if you don't follow the white man's way or the white man's religion, you will not make it to heaven. In fact, that your life will be frustrated. These are the same people that are teaching you because they want to impress the white man. Most of these people, you see, the painful part of it all is that most of these people know the truth. But they are telling you what they are telling you because they want you to walk in that line so that they can get credit from the white man. They can get credit from the white man. That is why they are telling you what they are telling you. So when they tell you that except, of course, you embrace the white man's religion or the Arabian religion, that you have no part with the Almighty, what they are saying is that the Creator will not recognize you. That what they are saying is that leave what you have, follow what they have given you. Now, these people are looking for recognition from most of these white countries or white establishments. Now you see them forming groups. There are Christian groups, Christian churches, and all of them are looking up to these same white people. When they write their books, when they make their tapes, when they make their videos, they make it in line with what the white man has taught them. And because if they don't do it that way, even though they know the truth, if they don't do it that way, they will not get recognition. They will not get credit from most white countries or from most white establishments. Now, for them to be recognized, for them to maintain their position, they are lying to us. The worst part is our political and religious fathers. These people are eating deep into our flesh. The white man does not need to step into any of our establishments to frustrate us. They are using these people. The political leaders are looting as much as they can, and they share it with their white partners. They don't care what happened to us as youths. See, the generation that are ruling us today, whether it is in the spiritual area or in the political area or in the intellectual area, I mean teachers, professors, these people are the people that we should call to check. We need to persecute them. We need to persecute them. They have lied to us, and they know that they have lied to us. They have betrayed us. They have betrayed us. Their children, they have betrayed us. And they are still betraying us because most of them are greedy thieves who does not care what happens to us or what happens to our culture or our race. What they are after is what they will get for themselves and their children. You see them, imagine somebody who has no house in his own country, but he has estates in the Western world, in most Western countries. You see them establishing, pushing their money towards these areas because they don't care. They don't want to know what happens to you. They don't want to know whether you have a future or your children have a future. All they want to know is how much are we going to siphon from these people and leave them stranded. The problem we have may be the white man, but our main major problem is these fathers who call themselves fathers, whether they are spiritual fathers. Look at churches today, look at what is happening. A man will gather young girls of 15, 14 years, and then he will be asking them to do oral sex to him. What are you teaching these young girls? You are destroying their future. Some of them will drop out of school because they are now serving the pastor or the so-called man of God. Now, it is not different from what our politicians are doing. We need to understand that the problem we have, if we need to fight these white men, we have to first of all clean our house. These leaders must go. These fathers must go. If they refuse to go, we sweep them away. They have to go, because if they don't go, Africa will still. I hate using the word Africa. We that they call Africa will still remain the same way we are. Whether they are the Africans who are living in USA or those who are living in Africa, African Americans, the problem we have is our so-called fathers, whether it's the spiritual fathers, whether it is political fathers, whether it is intellectual fathers. This is the problem we have. They are the ones betraying us. They are the ones selling us. They are the ones that have given us over like this, free, to the hand of the white man. They are the ones that have killed us, not the white man. The white man betrayed our forefathers who did not know anything. But we have fathers who came, who learned, who understood what was happening, and they decided to sit on top of it. They did not do nothing about it, not because they don't have the strength, but because they are benefiting individually. Foolish people. They are benefiting individually when the community, when the African community or the black community is dying. So we need to question these people. We need to call them to check. This is the people that we are supposed to call to check. Because they are the agents of the white man. They are the people who are checking. They are the people that are misleading even the youths. Most of the youths, all these killings you see in the continent Africa today, or all these killings you see among African Americans, it is our fathers that have laid the foundation. They gave us the impression that we are not the same. They are the ones that put division, segregation, separation, because that is what the white man has told them to do. Not that they don't know better, they know better. But they have decided to keep us in that check because the white man have bought them over. And most of them are also in partnership with these white people. So we need to question them. They need to be persecuted. All of them, except very few who stood up and who are still standing up for what we stand for. You understand? Except very few. We need to question these people. And to my brothers in the Igbo, we need to also understand that the same thing is happening in our midst. There are so many establishments that have set up. Not because they want you to have your freedom. Not because they want to establish Igbo land or Igbo Holy Land. What they are doing is that they want to use these people to delay us, distract us, and also keep us where we are. So most of them, you think that they are speaking for you, they are not speaking for you. Some of them are speaking for themselves. Some of them are agents. This is what these white people are doing. And they have also taught our government, our corrupt government, this same system. So they are using it against the youth because the only people that can liberate us, that can bring back the pride of the so-called black man or black woman or the so-called Africans, whether it is African Americans or Africans that live in Africa, the only people, the only set is the youth. And they are trying to contaminate and pollute the youth. And we will not allow that. That is why I'm asking every youth to rise up. The problem we have, the enemies we have in the house are the so-called fathers, spiritual fathers, political fathers, intellectual fathers, because they are the ones that are misleading us. They are the ones that tell us that what the white man is doing is okay. They are the ones that are convincing us to settle for less. These people are our problem. We may choose not to listen to the white man. But what is it that we are hearing from the fathers? That is the question. These so-called fathers have sold us. They have betrayed us. They are still betraying us, and we cannot permit that. We cannot permit that. It's about time the youth open their eyes. It does not matter how you respect him, how you adore him, as long as what he's saying, you know, is not in line with the truth. Tell him to take his words. Tell him it's not disrespect. Disagree with him. You have the right to disagree with him. We have the right to say to our fathers no. That is why we have been failing, because Africa is where it is today because of this generation, this very generation that are ruling us today. They are corrupt. They have evil mind. They have no interest of a better the people they call Africa anyway. Because if they have an interest, if they have our interest, first of all, they would have changed the name Africa because it's not our name. But none of them cares because what they want is they are there for their selfish gain. They are even to an extent that our brothers in US, they are calling them African Americans. What have we to do with Africa? Africa is a Spanish general that worked for the Roman army that destroyed the whole people that were living in former Morocco. Our people that were living there. So why should we bear the name of a man that has murdered our people, raped our women, reduced our population? Why should we bear his name? These people have the right Organization of African Unity have the right to change the name, but they don't want to change the name because these people are working in hand with the so-called white supremacy, and we are complaining. We have leaders who have sold their soul to these people. They have sold their soul to the Western world, and because they have sold their soul, they want to keep you in bondage, and that is why if you don't come from their circles, they will not allow you to rule. They will not allow you to rule. Do you know how much that go to France every year? Do you know how much that go to Britain every year? Do you know how much America is sourcing from the land of Africa? Africa has become a ground where anybody comes and then take away whatever he wants because we have leaders, fathers, who are selfish and foolish and wicked. We need to persecute them. We need to question them. They should be brought to trial. Our fathers should be brought to trial. They have fed us and they are still failing us. These people are wicked. If they know anything or if they have the human heart, they would have considered us the youth. They don't care about our respect. They don't care about our well-being. Africa is the richest continent. The so-called African continent is the richest continent in the world. But yet, we have the poorest communities. We have where people are dying of hunger, suffering. There is no project. There is no program. There is no plan for anything at all. We don't have good roads. We don't have good lights. People are suffering, but yet the money that is coming from Africa, the golds and diamonds are coming from Africa. They are using it to better Europe. I am in Europe now. Look at everywhere is cemented. Not that they have any mineral resources. It's just because our fathers who are wicked, those who have called themselves fathers, those who have called themselves leaders, who are leading us, are taking what we have and giving to these people so that they can keep what they have stolen from us. It's about time we need to rise. Let people rise from the universities. Let people rise from the secondary schools. We need to rise because if we continue like this, we will have no future. It's not about your tribe. Your problem is not the other tribe. Your problem is these leaders, whether he is from your tribe or not. The leaders we have are the people that have sold us. We need to rise and persecute them. They need to be persecuted. These leaders we have to check their work. Anyone that is not good, we remove him and put another person. They cannot be ruling us. It is no longer time that we accept something by force. We need to question our leaders because they are the people that are keeping us where we are today. Look at the whole problem. Check all the problems in Africa. If a leader speaks out, they will remove him. Because this is why people does not want us to have somebody that has the same vision that we have. There's somebody that is thinking of the betterment of Africa. So we need to question the ones that are here. Anyone that approve is a problem. Any leader you see them give award, question that leader. White man cannot give you award except you dance to his tune. Those that have written books that support that claim, they have given them award. Politicians who are dancing to that tune and allowing them to loot money from Africa, they have given them award. They call them Nobel Peace Prize. We don't need that. What we need is Africans that will stand for, those that will stand for us, those that will speak our mind, those that will have our future in their mind and plan for it. We need to question our leaders. The present-day leaders are the ones that have fed us. They didn't fail us because they don't know better. They know better. They fed us because they are wicked and callous. We have to bring them and persecute them. Whether it is the ones that are leading our brothers in America or the ones who are leading those who are in Africa, they need to be called to question. We have to question them. Check their record. And if anyone is found wanting, we remove him and put somebody that is supposed to be there. It's about time the root stop taking money from politicians and vote them in. These people are using you. They are wasting your life. You know how much would they give you? Let us look for those who have our interest in mind and then call those who have betrayed us to order. This is my saying. DIKAONYEIZA CHUKWU have spoken again.